Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is our first week in the new year of 2024. Technically, my weeks run Sunday through Saturday like a month at a glance calendar. So we start December 31st, 2023, last day of the year, and carries us all the way through January 6th of 2024. Our quote for the week says, "Your choices and actions reveal your priorities." And I should have said reveal your values and priorities. They're all connected. This is our masculine feminine, which is absolutely getting an upgrade this year, which means how we get anything done is shifting. I was finally able to record our energetic overview for the new year of 2024. It's only 47 minutes. I did a special alignments audio for Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. Mars is 19 minutes, Venus is 13 minutes, which is so appropriate because that is the goddess's number, and Jupiter is 11 minutes. So none of them are that long except for the overview. Also, I'm linking my survey here at the top of the blog because I really need to hear from you all. I created this survey to just get a beat on how easy or hard it would be for you all to transition to getting my audios and videos from my website versus a third party. Most of my inner circle knows I don't care for the third party thing. I like the direct connect, and the world is getting a little nutty. So I'm really thinking about keeping everything in-house. Not going to stop anything that I'm doing. I just may not post there anymore. And I really need to hear from my people to see how engaged you are over there and what kind of incentives I could give you to meet me over here in a private section. This is coming up for a number of reasons. Even our holistic doctors are having to change our contracts because the government wants to interfere with truth telling, okay? We're in a very radical time right now, y'all. And I feel the need to contain myself in something that I have more control over. It's a little late for Kelly because I've been online since 1999. So my voice and my words and my face are all out there. But I can start going a new way now. Not to mention the fact that I plan to create many more products and classes and things that we're going to need to be in this container anyway. So deep breath. I'm still meditating on this switch. You have some time because I'm thinking about kicking it into gear by spring equinox. So that gives us all a chance to sort of practice coming over to Kelly's website to get your information. I know YouTube and Instagram are super convenient, but they're also rooted in something I don't agree with. So I'm not sure how much longer I can stay there. It has to be really worth it. So I need to hear from you all. That's why I created the survey. So I appreciate those who are able to respond. And I do have a 3-card reading as a thank you that you can receive for taking the time to answer my questions. So our week and our year kick off on Monday the 1st with Mercury going direct. Praise God. In Sagittarius, which it'll be there until January 13th, when it will re-enter Capricorn and then keep on trucking toward Aquarius, and that's when we'll know we're out of the zone. When Mercury moves through Sagittarius, our minds tend to become more philosophical, initiating a quest to uncover the deeper meaning behind the past year especially. With the planet of processing in a sign focused on research, we are integrating the lessons learned over the previous year, transforming them into embodied wisdom. If we don't process and integrate, it never becomes embodied wisdom. Once you have assimilated all the evolving facets of your life that were revealed recently, it is time to seek out the possibilities of the forthcoming year. What innovative concepts can you ground, nurture, and broaden in the new year? This phase encourages embracing entirely new beliefs and stretching the boundaries of your dreams beyond the usual constraints. Envision a grander narrative, not just for yourself, but also for your life's trajectory and the betterment of the planet. Use the month of January to dream up the new narrative and dare to vision something greater than ever before. Thank you, God. That is what Sagittarius allows us to do, is to connect with Jupiter, to expand our vision, raise our consciousness, as we've been instructed to do by our godmother, Yeye Louisa Tish. We have to raise our consciousness before we call anything new in. And the way this came up recently is that we're doing a major ritual for right livelihood. And the instruction was to raise your consciousness before you call that in. So now that Mercury's direct and the retrograde process is technically moving on, you can start to really process and integrate whatever's come into your awareness about how you need to expand your vision, about how your beliefs affect what's going on in your world. And that's why we want to keep it positive and know that as it moves back to Capricorn, we can start those containers for the new year that are going to hold our ideas and allow us to be more organized and productive. Monday the 1st is a big day. Same day, Venus squares off with Saturn. So this is our new year. It's a new mentality. And here Venus is going to kick in some new values and priorities that we have to work out with our own realities, individual realities, however you're living in real time. This energy might foster a sense of detachment in your connections and coolness with loved ones. Part of that is because you're supposed to be focused on you and your values, and reorganizing things for the new year is what time it is. It serves as an opportune moment to appraise and weigh the equilibrium within your relationships, assessing the harmony between giving and receiving. Be it in business or personal spheres, relationships usually thrive on a balanced exchange. You might find yourself more conscious of your innate independence and reevaluating the necessity of certain relationships at this juncture. This phase propels you to delve into your inner resilience and personal determination to live in alignment with your own values and priorities. So critical as we move through this new year. And this is assessment time. Most of you in the Venus circle already know. I tell you, when Venus touches your Saturn, it's serious business. It's time to do intentional solitude and assess your life, your relationships, your investments, everything that matters to you is what Venus rules. Consequently, it is easier to discern the need for corrections or adjustments, and they might become quite evident during this period. Feelings of loneliness, despondency, or disconnection could arise, but it is usually an opportunity presented by the universe to scrutinize and reassess your current interactions, both with others and how you allow them to interact with you. Periodically evaluating even the strongest relationships is beneficial to ensure a solid foundation. Avoid succumbing to ego-based fears or focusing solely on the shortcomings and limitations. Instead, focus on reinforcing your strengths and honoring the positive aspects that you create together, as well as within yourself. This phase encourages intentional solitude, like I said, as the insights gained through this introspective process will eventually provide stability and guidance for your future endeavors. Deep breath. So yeah, serious assessment times. If you can stay quiet, I try to stay quiet all the way through January 6th, which is Epiphany. And there's all kinds of magic in many, many cultures that celebrate this time as a quiet, introspective, review your last year, prepare for the new year kind of energy. So take advantage of it, especially if you had a chaotic holiday and you've been pulled in many other directions or other directed out there doing things for everybody but you. It's time to dial that in and get a plan for the new year. I'm hitting the ground running because Wednesday the 3rd is our first Soul Sisters Circle of the new year with Puma Medicine, who helps us move through January. It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's only $25 to access the replay and all the tools, and the tools are really incredible. So that's another way you can be supported to initiate your new year. On the 4th, which is Thursday, Mars enters Capricorn until February 13th. Mars moving through Capricorn will generate the energy to focus and get very serious about your responsibilities, obligations, work, career, status, and/or reputation. You may want to work tirelessly, hopefully on something magnificently creative and powerfully transforming for both you and those you choose to share your time, energy, resources, and gifts with. However, be mindful of your physical body and how much it can really handle in order to keep you operating at optimal levels. You might find that working independently is more productive during this period. Should you excel or create something of substantial value, it may draw attention from the public. Expect some form of acknowledgement for your choices and actions. Now is the time for practicality, organization, and avoiding trivial distractions or conflicts. This phase can be highly creative as it invokes a deeper sense of commitment and self-discipline. However, this formidable energy can be just as challenging as it is empowering, with the potential to either elevate or test you. It calls for serious self-reflection to assess whether you are content with your current state or if there is more growth required at this time. Consider what you have mastered that you wish to share with the world. Additionally, reflect on how you embody your sacred masculine qualities, how you advocate for yourself, manifest your ideas, and establish firm boundaries within your individual Capricorn house or area of life. So let's know that Mars only comes through there every 2 years, waking up Capricorn, initiating a new cycle there, a new 2-year cycle, is going to naturally affect your Cancer and Aries Libra departments as you redefine who you are and what you want for that particular area of life. Same day is our next Venus circle. We are at the heart chakra doing release work in Sagittarius. The trickster archetype is being cleared, and the story is called The Passing Stranger. And we are going to go deep, deep, deep on Thursday, January 4th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Also $25 to access the tools and replay, but well worth it. It's never too late to get your Venus reading and custom guide. So if you're interested in following her, reach out directly and I will hook you up. All right. Start all over. Here's what we need to do. Let me put an order for what we're going to talk about. Boom. So here at the bottom of the blog, I am linking our new class. Me and Yeye are doing Elements of Ritual, weaving indigenous wisdom into your sacred practices and personal rituals for everyday life. If you don't already have Yeye's jambalaya, that is required for this class. It's going to be 8 weeks on Saturdays, 1 to 2:30 p.m. Pacific, which is 4 to 5:30 p.m. on the East Coast, starting January 27th. And the classes go through March 16th, and we culminate with a spring equinox ritual on March 23rd. So we would love to have you over there. And I believe they have hooked up some discounts, 20% off for Patreon members and 10% off my community, my Power Circle community, Didon's TBE Herbs community, and Queen Poe's Wellness community, I think are all going to be able to access that 10% off. It is $535 for the class, but I also think they've hooked up a payment plan where you can split it into 2 payments if that's easier. But you don't want to miss this, honey. This is 8 weeks of immersion into rituals and sacred practices as only Yeye Tish can teach. I'm her assistant, and I help with the timing, of course, with the planets and stars and moons and suns to make sure we're doing our rituals at the right time and space, supported by the best possible energies. So it is definitely designed for beginners. However, experienced ritualists will also be able to pick up a few new tricks. So come join us over there on Saturdays, starting at the end of January, so that's mostly February, March. Also in February, March, I'm doing my Astro 101 class. If I have enough signups, that will be Tuesday evenings on Zoom, live together. We like to have that class be 10 people or less. 5 to 10 people is really good. It allows us to keep it intimate and tight and go deeper into certain things. Like the more people we have, then the less deep we can go. The less people we have, then the more deep we can go. But a 5 is kind of my minimum. So for those who've been on the fence, it's time to sign up because I also need to get you a bunch of custom goodies, which take time to put together. But I love this class because it is what was requested of me. People want to learn the Kelly way, which really isn't in a book anywhere yet. Although Yeye is pressing me to produce over here. The way I set it up is that you're learning astrology through your own blueprint. The beauty of the way I was doing it for a couple of years there, I was running that class 3 times a year. And it was falling into place so beautifully with the 20s and 30 somethings together, the 40 and 50 somethings together, and the 60 and up together. Because if we are in the right range all together, then talking about bigger cycles gets a little easier. That being said, I did have one class where it was all young people and one elder. And everyone learned from each other. So I love it. There's no right or wrong with this. So join us if you're wanting to go deeper into astrology with cycles and patterns and kind of like we said, the Kelly way. I call it health, wealth, and knowledge of self because that's what we cover. Meantime, the Power Circle subscription is going well for those who like to work with their individual tools and resources to help you navigate each month. I made it $9.99 for each month or $99 for the year, which actually saves you about 20 bucks. And for those who don't know, oh yeah, rules my head. She is the queen of the marketplace, and I'm trying to work more consciously with her around my work. And I love the concept of doing divinations to determine what to charge for my offerings. And I would say that the biggest bonus of the Power Circle subscription is that you get the weekly forecast a month ahead of time. So you get 4 to 5 weeks at a time for my planners and trackers. That's the main reason they're loving the new membership. Of course, you're going to want to do your Astro Tarot check-in for the new year. And for the new year and for new people, that price is $200. It's basically a 2-for-1, so it's totally worth it because you get a full astrology reading and a full tarot reading. For anyone that's gotten readings from me before, that price will remain $150. So you just need to reach out if you're doing a follow-up, and I'll make sure those links are available. And anyone that's new to the crew, this Soul Sisters invitation video is at the bottom of the blog so that you can learn a little bit about me and my story and the way we roll over here in the Soul Sisters Circle. The core values, the goodies, what you're going to get, all that stuff. That's a really good, only 19-minute video. So check that out if you haven't already. And oh my goodness, that is our week. That's our kickoff for the new year. I kind of like it. Mercury going direct. Mars moving into Capricorn can really help us focus. It's the Venus square Saturn that's also tapping us. That really is asking you to get serious about how you want to navigate this year and to kind of face up or own up to the choices and changes you need to make in order for that reality to unfold in the most beautiful, prosperous way. So I hope you will join me when and where you can. Reach out directly when you need to. And of course, Happy New Year. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off. Have a fantastic week.